Alright, good. Let's get back into this. I need to boot up the Discord and get the thumbnail. So let's do that. Interesting little article. U.S. Army takes 50 tons of gold from Syria in alleged deal with ISIS. What? What? 50 tons of gold. That's not that much. Right.
Remember I was in your party last week?
Oh, hey, welcome to the show. Yeah, probably. I'm going to get to your comments real shortly. I'm going to need to put this thumbnail up. Oh yeah, I might as well navigate towards YouTube as well. So that's going to be about 20 seconds. Go to the videos. YouTube. Why is YouTube not promoting my channel on my own page? Come on. Not even my own page? I'm multitasking here. And the laptop is like really old. Okay, so that's working.
Not to ask too much, but did you see my face, LOL?
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll answer your question in a moment. Okay, so I'm getting the thumbnail up. Discord is working. Ah, there it is. Guns Up Live Ultimate Base Build 20 million grind Part 4. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to break the record. It's at 170,000. But I'm able to guide you guys through this incredibly long loading screen. And I got an epic card pack. So the stream is up, I hope. What you got? That's it? Ooh. Ooh la la. Interesting. I'm gonna put him in. Dude, I'm gonna put one in my vet squad. I'll bring a vet. Hey, Swaggy Man. Yeah, well, you in my party. Not to ask, but you see my base. I don't know. I can't really remember. Anything particular in your base I should have noticed? The thumbnail. So my high score at this moment is 133,000. Probably not going to break it. Why does my PlayStation sound like it wants to take off? Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. That's not supposed to happen in session. Thumbnail. Here you go. I should put up a different thumbnail.
No, I just wanted you to see.
Okay. Okay, let me rack my brain for a second. I think I went to the PvP attack menu, then selected friends. And I probably took your base. Hold on. No, I've got to let these guys come. That's probably not a great idea. I can lose a couple of rangers. Okay, we're good. We're good. Take them down. So, I don't know if you checked this out before. I reset my base to a CPU defense mode. And I stranded at wave 44 yesterday. I broke the game. They were no longer willing to come into the screen, which is pretty awesome. I'm now ranked number 2 worldwide. So maybe I'll be able to break it. I don't think so though. I'm on the 20 million munitions grind for upgrades to this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And these. It's going to cost about 20 million.
Interesting.
Yeah. actually, this is really cool, but it's not that interesting because what they do is they just go off the screen where the game doesn't render them anymore, and it's just zeros and ones. And I'm left with the following screen. This one. Up until about wave 30, then they tend to crash through. So in order to ameliorate that a bit, I'm going to start reading articles again. But first, I need to put that damn thumbnail up. And done. Look at him go. Wave 14, 3 minutes in. If you want to configure your base to this is where you should quit. Wave 15. If your base doesn't hold, that's where you stop. Because the veteran waves don't actually bring you any ammo. What you need to consider is the score. The scrolling bar on top. Every so often, every 1,000 points you get 350 munitions. I'm nearing 20,000 munitions. Usually around 5 minutes I get 20,000 munitions. I quit and start over. So in the span of a normal game that would net me 80,000 munitions or 4,000 per minute. Which is probably the best I've ever done. Even with the old CPU defense, it hasn't been better. But like I said, this is kind of boring. So let's talk shop. I just read an article here. You might know that the US Army is pulling out of Syria, which I think is a good thing. We don't like who won the war, but at least the war is over. So let's get stuck into this article. I'll read the article and then I'll start again. Unless I have a really decent shot at breaking my record. So I can close the YouTube editor. Let's see if anybody's online on Discord. The new YouTube editor is a pain in the ass. Oh, I didn't get very far. Okay, now this wave is going to come through. This is the last wave I'm taking on. I set up the best units and structures to the front. And now that this wave here is engaging, I'll take this wave down. And these don't actually net any points. Hang on. There's 350 more ammo once I get to 42,200. And that's going to take forever. So yeah, at this point, I'm going to quit. Quit while I'm ahead. Because it's such a grind to get to 20 million. I got to be very efficient about it. See if I can get my particle up and running. Yeah, the US Army takes 50 tons of gold in a deal with Syria, with ISIS. Surrender, rinse, repeat, do it again, and again, and again. I'll do 2 or 3 of them, and then I'll stop the broadcast. So as the remaining pockets of ISIS fighters face imminent defeat in northeast Syria, the US allegedly gave them an offer they couldn't refuse. Give up your massive caches of gold or die. So we're going to save them. We're not going to kill them because they gave up all their gold. Wow. What? Okay, here's the deal. According to reports, US forces struck a deal where the terrorist group would give 50 tons of gold in exchange for safe passage. Ooh, they got played. Let's do it again. What? This is stunning. The precious metal worth about 2.13 billion was plundered by the caliphate after its reign of terror spread across Syria and Iraq. The newspaper reports that the local sources claim U.S. Army helicopters have already transferred the gold from the U.S. forces base in Kobani, the Kurdish-controlled city. A portion of the gold was also distributed to the Kurdish People Protection Unit. Woohoo! I'm all about the Kurdish people because they helped us defeat ISIS. Let's see. News comes that local witnesses used shoppers airlifted large cases of gold from Hasaka. The gold was purportedly looted by ISIS from Mosul and other parts of Syria and Iraq. The Syrian state media outlet claimed that ISIS leaders were on hand to guide the choppers to the places where the gold was stashed, closing a deal by which Washington spared hundreds of the terror organization's field leaders and experts. Now, I'm not happy about that, because this means after any Dutch ISIS fighters, they're going to come back. Because they don't want them in Syria, obviously. So they're going to come back. But we don't want them either. We'd rather they would have died on the battlefield. Which is really, what's really shitty here is that they're going to pull out of, the US Army is going to pull out of Syria. But they won't take any of the refugees. So they're like, okay, Europe, you have to take all the refugees and take back the terrorists. How would you feel about that? If a jihadi went to live next to you? I would not be very pleased about this. Anyway, US-led coalition forces and the Syrian Democratic Forces deliberately do not target the areas under control by ISIS. They're trying to relocate this treasure by forcing the militant to speak about its location. Syrian and Russian media alike have long alleged that, contrary to Washington's claim, it's waging war on the extremist group, that the US forces are collaborating with them. There's something to be said about that. Now, this is the short version. The US still maintains its base in Al-Tanf, in the Syrian-Jordanian border, in contravention of international law and against the wishes of the Syrian government, on the pretext of combating ISIS. Moscow has repeatedly accused the United States of forming a new armed group from the remains of ISIS, so yeah, rebranded, because ISIS used to be Al-Qaeda, where they are allegedly given free rein and pop up like Jack in the Box to ambush Syrian troops before fading back into the US control. Now this is so far only conspiracy theory, but what better way to control your population in the West than to set free terrorists? Set them free, let them kill. People would be too scared to revolt. And there's a revolution right now in Europe. It's called the Yellow Vest Revolution. We are tired of all the bankers and the corrupt politicians. And we want new elections. We want them to just leave and set new elections. So yeah, no more economics from my side, no more politics or diplomacy. I'm straight up reporting about current warfare intentions. We need to talk about India and Pakistan. They're openly engaging each other in warfare. And they have nuclear weapons. Now the US and Russia have had nuclear weapons for a long time now, and they had some wars and they never used them. And what I'm going to say is kind of controversial. What you have to understand is this nuclear weapon, we call it Oppenheimer's bomb, because the guy called Oppenheimer, he invented it and he built it. But for the Indians and the Pakistanis, it's God's bomb. They're saying our God has given us this bomb to destroy our enemies. So they're more likely to use it. It's very unlikely that they will use it, but it will be more likely. They will justify it by saying, well, our God gave us this bomb, so we can destroy the enemies of God. Very controversial, I admit, but it's a valid opinion. So I don't want to scare anybody. it's highly unlikely they will shift from a conventional war to a nuclear exchange. But if they do, say they release 10 nuclear weapons, that would be enough to cause a winter for 3 years. The sun would not be able to grow the crops and everybody would starve. So yeah, this is something I've said before on the show. I don't worry. This is what Obama said too. He said, what keeps me up at night is Pakistan and India. So enough about that. Let's see. We covered Syria, we covered ISIS, we covered India and Pakistan. I'm not going to talk about North Korea. That's just a CIA operation. That's a political. Don't do politics. Banking. UK's unreported bombing of Syria and Iraq. Okay. China's horizontal skyscraper near completion. What? Wow. Okay, check this out on Google for China's horizontal skyscraper. A 250-meter long megastructure featuring the world's tallest sky bridge has been erected in the southwest Chinese city of Chongqing. Oh, it's a video. Okay. Hey, wave 35. Oh man, what is this? Come on. Now they're just playing, man. Come on, how do you, what? That would be awesome if my base was able to withstand this wave. That would be so cool. So I would have backed out about 2.5 minutes ago. No, about 90 seconds ago. This doesn't bring anything. There's no ammo coming from these threat units. But since it's the first stream of the day, I'm just gonna let him try to take him out. Our problem here is this surgeon and this surgeon, because they'll revive each other. Okay, one left, none left. Base will hold. Okay, gotta be really careful here. Just right, get it just right. Bang. That's pretty sweet, man. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, I got a couple of ranges coming out. They'll take care of that sniper. Excellent article. What I like the most is to read about artificial intelligence. If I were to make an artificial intelligence, which is wrongly named, it's actually a synthetic intelligence. First thing I would make it do is hack other computers. Then I tell it to play the stock market. I could get rich. Base will hold. If you had told me a week ago that I'd be breaking wave 44, then I wouldn't have believed you. If you told me a week ago that I would break into the top 2 and only didn't win the championship because the game broke, I would have said, get the fuck out of here, man. So if I had quit 5 minutes ago, I would be at 20,000. So that's another 7,000 for an extra 4 minutes. It's not nothing, but it's not the 4,000 per minute I'm getting used to. But I don't want to quit now. I'll just let them ransack the base. Okay. Look for a surgeon. There. Those are sergeants. Might be just enough firepower left in my base to take these guys down. Wait for them to round the corner. Wait. Nice. So 10,000 more for 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. So first 20, then that would average out 3,000 per minute. There's something to be said for this. It'll take a bit longer, but I think it'll be more interesting. Otherwise, I'd be broadcasting 5 minutes of nothing, really. That's 6 minutes. The base is going to fall. It's about to fall. As you see. In the next episode, I'll be talking about 9 trends in artificial intelligence. So here's a little preview. Artificial intelligence has become a hot topic in tech circles. It's not only changed our lives, but it's also disrupted every industry you can think of. Despite all this, people have a different perception about it. Some might consider it as a bad thing because they are told that it will take your job away. On the other hand, AI advocates continue to think on it as an enabler which will reduce your burden and make your life easy by automating things. I wish I had an artificial intelligence that could make hip-hop beats just the way I would make it. In fact, that would be one of my first ideas. So get a startup, and then you come to my website and name a couple of examples of the music you really like. And I will make original beats on that concept. It's something I can do already, but it takes me 3 days. Yesterday I went and visited a YouTube page of an artificial intelligence that writes rock songs. And the songs are pretty good. They're actually nigh on perfect. They're a little bit too perfect, actually. There's a little something weird about it. Anyway, that's what I'll be discussing after the stream, the next one. 107, 31,000. Okay, I'm gonna start grinding after this and do one every 5 minutes. I hope to catch you on the flip side, though. This is Kravens. I'm out. Peace.